Good morning once again. Mr. Rogers here with the Bobcat Band at Sonora Elementary. Hey, if you haven't looked at the German folk song sight reading with me today, go ahead and head back there first. That's sort of, in my opinion, it's more of a warm-up tune than what we're about to play next, all right? This is a little more challenging. It's a tune you all are familiar with, but it's good to go back and, kind of warm up a bit, get some long tones in first. So go back to 141, the German folk song, to play with me before the Saints, all right? So, if you're with us now, if you've already played through that video with me, this is number 142, The Saints Go Marching Again. Now, why do you suppose we're going again in this book? Why is it again? It's because earlier in the book we did play it, but it was in the key of B flat, all right? In this case, we have the key of E flat. All right, now fifth graders, you might not know the E flat major scale yet. That's okay. I know we kind of got interrupted over a month ago. It's been over a month since I've gotten to hear you guys play, but 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, you know your E flat major scale, all right? If you want to review that scale, go later on in the book. There's the scales. I'm going to make some videos in the future where we go over all their major scales and sort of get comfortable with that. So this is in the key of E flat, which we've played in this key before 5th grade. It's just the scale itself we haven't really played yet because we got interrupted throughout the school year. So this is going to be allegro, tempo marking. Let's say bum, 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 right? So you want to keep it about steady there for when you're sight reading. You're going to hear this song played in many different tempos. Sometimes it's really slow, which we call it a funeral march. All right, and then there's, after that, usually hear it played faster. So we're going to play it about that tempo. All right, then we're going to try doing it faster after that. Now, 4/4 time signature. Again, key of E flat. Check out your key signature. Look ahead all the way to the first ending. It's 2 measures long. Now then you go back to where your beginning repeat sign is. In this case, you're not going to go all the way back to that first measure where we have the 3 pickup notes. Rest, ba, bum, bum, bum. That's already written in your first ending, so you don't have to worry about that. You just go back to the 2 dots, right? The beginning repeat sign. Then the second time through, when you arrive at the first ending, of course, don't play it. Just like the German folk song, right? Don't play the first ending, just go to that last note on the second ending. It's only 1 measure long, so you're just going to hold out for 4 beats. All right, now is your opportunity to sight read this song on your own. A lot of you have already played this song. Sorry, the wind is slowly picking up. This book's going to fall soon. So you've played this tune before. It's just in a different key. All right, so it's going to have a similar sound. It's just going to have a different kind of feeling as far as where your pitches land, and but you should still be able to sing it, audiate it, playing it. So let's go ahead and sight read. Right now is your time to pause the video. Go ahead and pause the video right now. Okay, so, right, doesn't it have a similar sound? It's just different pitches, all right? So that's why we call it a different key. It's the same song, right? But it's just with different pitches. It's going to be in a higher register for most of us. Let's go ahead and play through. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so take a big breath on beat 1. Forte dynamic. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 2 things I want to point out to you, and this is a recurring thing, is I'm showing you that every now and then, can we make mistakes? Yeah. Did you hear me crack that note earlier in the tune? Yeah, you most likely did. But as we went along, did we sort of forget about it? Yeah. And so will your audience. So it's important that if you're going to crack a note, right, like I demonstrated there, I'm going to crack a note sometimes to show you, hey, you keep going, just keep playing, all right? Music's never going to be perfect, right? So let's look at also that second thing that I did. Did you notice that every now and then I was sort of adding little, what we call glissandos, ba 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 we right? The inner jazzer in me kind of, I can't resist the temptation. We use what's called ornamentation. All right, so ornamentation is when we're going to add little effects leading into whatever is coming up next. So at this point, I want us to try that a little bit. Here's an example. This is me playing through I'm not going to play the whole song, but I'm going to show you some examples of ornamentation on the trombone especially. Right? That's fun stuff to add with the trombone in particular, but woodwinds, you can do the same thing, right? How we use the mouthpiece. We drop the jaw, sort of, in our cheeks to bend the pitch. You still got to keep the top of the mouthpiece on your teeth, right? But to bend that pitch, it's really fun to do, and you can do that with your what we call half valving. So any trumpet players, baritone, tuba players, you can either add a little bit of a ba, right? You call those grace notes, or you can actually press the valves halfway down and make that lead into what the proper fingering is. So say if I was going to play an E flat or an F for trumpets, right? So E flat for baritone tuba, F for trumpet. If I was going to do that, I would go like this. I would press the valves halfway and I would go blah, right? And then to land on the pitch, I would have that first valve down. So let's try that a little bit. We're actually going to go a little bit faster. Ba 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 ba, ya ba da ba da ba. If you want to add some of that swing in there, turn some of the quarter notes into eighth notes, go ahead and practice that as well. Here we go. If you feel like you've got that tempo down that we just played, bum, 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 and you want to play faster, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. Hey, so your choices of ornamentation can be different from what I do. So it's sort of an organized chaos that you hear when you hear tunes being played in what we call a New Orleans jazz style, right? You have so many musicians in one group that each of them are improvising. They're adding these little ornamentations into the melody. And to hear them all together, they're going to clash a little bit, but there's what we call it organized chaos, right? We're still listening to each other and we're feeding off of each other's ideas. Of course, I don't have the pleasure of getting to hear you, but you get to hear me a little bit, and you kind of feed off of that a little bit and get some new ideas. If your ideas are different than mine, keep doing that. If it sounds like it clashes a little bit, that's part of the style of this really common tune. As you go through your jazz careers, you're going to play the song a million times. So rewind the video, work on that ornamentation with me a little bit, get some new ideas on glissandos, the grace notes that we've talked about, right? Flutter tongue, some of you heard, right? I'm either gargling with my throat, which is how I do it, or for those of you that can roll your R's, roll your tongue, I can't. But if you can, that's a way of getting that, that's sort of, right, that raspy tone. You can go ahead and try that out as well. Hey, rewind the video, play with me again. Get comfortable with that ornamentation. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday. I'm going to sight read with y'all on, I believe, in the upper section as well. So lowland, gorilla walk, and smooth sailing. All right. Y'all take care. Rock on. Stay safe. It's going to be a really warm day today. Peace.